Last week, news broke that Drew Karpyshyn had left BioWare for the second time in his career. What kind of impact will this have on Anthem? Hey guys, JV here, and today we're discussing Karpyshyn's latest departure from BioWare. Before we get into that, just a heads up, you can find daily streams of the newest games, as well as commentaries just like this on my Facebook page. So check out the link in the description below and stay tuned for tons of awesome content. On Friday, Karpyshyn announced via a blog post on his website that he has left BioWare for the second time in his career. He began at the company in 2000 and decided to leave in 2012 to focus on his own personal writing projects. He returned in 2015 to help write for Anthem, but has now decided to retire once again to pursue a number of other projects. Among other reasons, Drew explained that BioWare is creatively demanding and exhausting, and it was difficult juggling outside projects along with his work at the company. Overall, the post suggests that he wanted more time to focus on his novels and freelance gaming work instead of being tied down to just BioWare and EA. Lots of speculation is floating around that this is a major blow to Anthem. But Casey Hudson, studio head of BioWare, has cleared the air by saying that Drew completed his work on the project. Personally, I have zero clue how writing works in game development, how the work is assigned, and what the workflow is for each contributor. Casey explained that Anthem's lead writers and their teams will continue to develop the world, story, and characters without Drew. So Drew's retirement doesn't mean they're out looking for someone to complete Anthem's story. This also suggests to me that Drew helped develop the story for the main game only, since Anthem is supposed to be a live service experience with a continuously expanding storyline. To understand Drew Karpyshyn's impact on BioWare, let's look back at his history at the company. As I mentioned, he joined 18 years ago and wrote a solid chunk of the dialogue for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. He went on to be lead writer on Jade Empire, as well as contributing to the Baldur's Gate series. Then, of course, he was the lead writer on the original Mass Effect and the author of the Mass Effect novels. A lot of people credit Drew as being the mastermind and godfather behind Mass Effect's whole story and the entire universe as a whole. He went on to be co-lead writer on Mass Effect 2 with Mac Walters. However, Drew claims that he was never involved with Mass Effect 3. Once again, he left the company in 2012. The FAQ on his website explains that he wanted to move his family down to Austin, Texas from Edmonton, Canada. The game was being developed in Edmonton, so it wouldn't have made sense for him to stay on the project if he was moving. Instead, he transferred over to Star Wars The Old Republic, which is the MMO, before deciding to leave the company the first time. What is Anthem losing without Drew? First of all, he's hailed as one of the best RPG writers in video games ever. The level of respect this guy has in the games industry and in the BioWare community can never be understated. People were rejoicing when he rejoined for Anthem a few years ago, and in just the same way, people are mourning his latest departure. This guy is really respected, but again, he supposedly finished his work on Anthem. I don't entirely buy that though, because this game is supposed to be live service. There's no end to the work that could be done until the game stops receiving updates altogether, which could be a decade from now. The world and story are going to expand, and it will need more writing. Did Drew provide a framework and general direction for the other lead writers to follow? Will the other writers be able to fill in the blanks that Drew's departure will inevitably leave behind for years to come? I wish I knew the answers to these questions, but Anthem certainly isn't in any better shape without Mr. Karpyshyn. Now, does this mean the game is doomed? Certainly not. If Drew contributed to the main game, then his track record shows that the writing should be fantastic on launch. There's no reason why it wouldn't be unless other factors spoil the overall game. But in order to keep that momentum, the sort of pacing and updates and new content that gamers demand out of their live service experiences, will BioWare's writing team be able to deliver that without him? We'll just have to wait and see. As you guys know, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I covered Mass Effect Andromeda here on my channel when it came out and then, kind of slowly died out. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I will be covering Anthem nonstop. Any kind of Anthem related news you will find here on my channel. So be sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for that. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. In the comment section below, tell me how you think Anthem will fare without Drew Karpyshyn. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more commentaries just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.